Hello everybody, welcome. I've decided for my second video, I'm gonna review the first raid. Why you ask? Because I bought it really cheap on a Steam sale a few months back. So let's review it, shall we? So the game begins with a credit scene over some asteroids. I wonder if this has become relevant in a minute. Then a lady says counting down impact. I see, I guess it was important. Then they start playing footage out of the scene in Halo 4 when they put their armor on. Okay. Then we see a shot of the asteroid going through Titan's rings while the lady says Free 104. I guess that guy was a Spartan. Actually, it's a code name for the secret project to save humanity by cryogenically freezing them and putting them deep underground to save them from the asteroid. Okay. We find this out, by the way, when the asteroid goes over the moon and crashes into it. Aww, that's sad for the moon. Then the lady doing the voiceover says, "This is Atlas Control signing out. May we live to see another day." I don't think that's gonna happen, because it looks like the asteroid crashes pretty hard on the planet. Oh well. The player character is then woken up 106 years later when the Ark malfunctions. Understandable. After all, my phone barely lasts more than a few years before it starts breaking down. This one has to last for hundreds of years, so give it some slack. The Ark then opens and the player character is allowed to step out of the Ark and see the blasted hellscape of the world. Yay! And it's brown and crappy looking. Boo! Seriously guys, I know I don't expect the tropics, but you can at least make it look interesting, not just Mad Max, which is going to be mentioned a few times in this video, I'm sorry to say. Very underrated game though. Seriously, go try it if you can track it down. It's pretty good. After walking around for a second, he's attacked by something. Luckily, someone saves him by shooting the thing that's attacking him and its friend, or whatever the hell it is. The person who saves him drives his buggy over to him and asks him to come here, which is odd that he agrees to this. I guess he's got no choice. And he seems trustworthy. After all, he sounds like John Goodman.
Hey you! Over here!
Or at least to me. He then tells him to get inside his buggy, which sounds a bit dirty, saying it out loud. He says his name is John Hager, I think. Or I may have mispronounced it. Doesn't really matter, I guess. And he starts filling him in on the situation that he's in. Turns out, Ark survivors worth a lot of money for some reason. Okay, don't really know why money's still a thing here, but I'll just go with it, I guess. Turns out the people paying for Ark survivors is something called the Authority. And then he just says it as we're supposed to know what the hell's going on. Although he does seem to recognize that fact when he says, "I guess you don't know what that is." And he doesn't tell us for a while. If ever. Then he says, "I guess you don't know anything about any of this." And he is right. Could you fucking tell me, please? I'm a bit lost here, mate. Then he says, "Welcome to the future." Okay, I'd still like to know what the fuck's going on. But before that, we discover across some bandits. Which, yay, bandits. Totally not overdone and basically just become fetch quest villains. Turns out, however, these are the same bandit tribe that John Goodman killed to save us. Which is good for us, but bad news because they're gonna be coming after us now. Again, turns out our Ark suit's a dead giveaway. So yeah, they ain't gonna be very happy when they find out what happened to their friends. However, our savior, John Goodman, does have a plan. Before we can activate it though, we have to go back to his base, or his place, which is a gas station, which is shit by even gas station standards. Then again, if you put some signs up with 6s around it, you can convince people it's a Motel 6. Yeah. So we pull into his garage in this shitty generic gas station from any post-apocalyptic story, or Motel 6, you really can tell. He starts talking about the fact how he didn't risk his own life trying to save us, but everyone else's lives here as well. You know what? To make this thing a bit more interesting, I'm just gonna call it the Motel 6 place from now on. But getting back on topic, he says he stands to survive this long by staying out of trouble, which is odd he saves us in the first place then, but what can you do? I guess John Goodman's just a good guy. Or maybe not, because his plan to save everyone else is to have us, the player character, kill everyone at the abandoned camp. I guess John Goodman's kind of a sociopath. Don't you think we should at least try to talk to him? Oh well, Mad Max villains, let's go fucking kill him. Send them to Valhalla, whatever. To accomplish this, he lends us an ATV and any guns and ammo that he can find on the counter, which is convenient the fact it's just laying there. I wonder why no one else has stolen it yet. And he also says if we do it, he'll dig up some armor for us that will cover up our Ark suit. What a great deal! I can't believe human life in this universe has such a great value. Then he asks, do we have a deal? To which I say, yes, because I have very low value in life and I will literally kill someone for a few dollars. Yeah. Hell, I drive on the sidewalk to save time. So he says, good luck. Though you probably won't need it, he says, because he heard something special about us Ark soldiers. I call it protagonist powers. But oh well. So after arriving in their hideout, you start shooting the place up. But then, after looking at the statue, the bandit leader ambushes you and hog-ties us. And then he says, "You thought you can come in here and kill us all?" To which I say, "Yeah, probably. They don't seem that smart and capable." And he also makes something about the fact that apparently John Goodname's is Hagar. Really? How the fuck did he know Hagar sent us? Or John Goodman, I think he's talking about. But instead of immediately killing us, he brings us to the kill room. Yet we're still alive by the time we go in there. I don't know why it's called the kill room then. But the bandit leader seems to be wondering that as well, because he immediately stabs us. Oh well, at least he's getting to the point. Boom boom tish. Then some weird control thing comes on the screen for a second, and I'm not exactly sure what it wants me to do, but I somehow beat it and do it what it wants. When we get out of the weird screen that I'm not sure what it does, the bandit leader seems to have been electrocuted to death. We grab our gun and start on our way. Really thought he was gonna be added up to more. Oh well. So then we kill the last of his minions and then hop on a zipline. Alright, Far Cry style. As the music goes apeshit for a second, even though everyone's already dead. So after that, we return to John Goodman's Motel 6 base, and he says, "Good job." He thanks us for doing it, but he also then says, "As you can see, we got other trouble." It looks the exact fucking same if you ask me. Turns out, while we were gone, the place got attacked by bandits. That sucks for him. Because of that, they're running low on medical supplies, and he asks for our help again. Okay. He tells us about another settlement that we can go to, and a guy named Richter who could help us out. Or them out, I should say. I'm not part of these a-holes just yet. So we arrive at the other settlement. So after a little walking around and talking to some people, we find the main boss of this area, Richter. He's the person that John Goodman saying can help us. He tells us to talk to Janice. I guess she's the nurse here. She says that if we help track down or find a member of their group that went missing a few days ago, she'll give us the supplies we need. And she'll also share our recipe for making medical supplies with us. On the way to the buggy to the area she told us about, the guy that we originally came here to see stops us for a second and says, "I noticed that gun's pretty shit looking." Which is right, this gun's pretty much a pea shooter. He says if you help us out here, we'll give you a real weapon. Sweet, I'm more invested in this story than the medical supply thing, because this pistol's pretty crappy. Yeah. Not sure why he doesn't give us the gun now, though, because we're going into enemy territory, but I guess he's seeing proving our worth. What are we, Link? What we have to do to get the gun is fix a radio tower. What is this, a Ubisoft game? So after exploring the area that the old lady has told us to look for, we find the guy's dead body. I forget his name. I'm pretty sure she said it, but I don't care to remember. Oh well, who cares? So after that, we turn the radio tower back on. After doing that, I realized something. Why didn't they send someone out here to check on that dead guy or to find him earlier? Wasn't that difficult. There was only one guy in this way. And yeah, what the hell was up with that? I mean, I'm only now just realizing that. And actually going back to the radio tower and thing, why was it just on a switch? How come it wasn't in a box or something? Oh well, I guess we're not trying to look too much like a Ubisoft game, but again, it still involves towers, so yeah. Oh, wait a minute, you zipline off the tower area. Bethesda, are you stealing notes from your neighbor? So after making it back after that roller coaster adventure, we go talk to Richter. So Richter says good jobs and gives us a shotgun. Sweet. After that, we talk to Janice. We tell her that that guy's dead, which she seems to not be that surprised about. And again, why didn't you send someone earlier? Maybe he would have been alive for all you know. Oh well, it's not my place to judge, and she gives us the medical supplies we requested. And the recipe to make our own. Sweet. After that, we return to John Goodman's Motel 6 area. And then he says, "You really are someone we can trust. Thank you for getting these medical supplies. Maybe saving you is the right thing. Damn better be, otherwise if you screw me over, I'm gonna fucking kill you." But getting back on topic, he says that we're gonna give you a buggy, and he says talk to the guy in the garage about it. Even though we already have a quad bike that's pretty good, honestly. So we go to talk to the guy in the garage. So after talking to the guy in the garage, he says, "I guess you're gonna be taking that old buggy off my hands, but I need work some parts." And he says he can do the work, but he doesn't have any parts. Yay, more fetch quest. Thank you, John Goodman. I knew I should have ran and legged it once I got the quad bike, and just say fuck all these a-holes. But I was lured in by John Goodman's securing voice. But getting back on topic of the buggy, the guy in the garage says someone named Johan who lives at the other settlement has the parts we need. Why didn't John Goodman tell us to get the parts earlier? I don't know. So we head over there. So after talking with Johan for a second, he says he wants to give us the parts, but his garage got raided by bandits. 'Cause of fucking course. Yay, more fetch quests. And he tells us to go to a place we were a little while ago, but only go in the other direction. Yay. Such fun design. He also gives us some special bullets and the plans to make a lock grinder, whatever the hell that is. One presumes it grinds locks so we can open doors. Yay. So after arriving in the bandit camp, we overhear some bandits, I guess this place is very aptly named, talking about something called Crash TV, which sounds much more interesting than what we're doing. Seriously, maybe we should ask the hell what network that's on. Well, actually, that's not very current. I should say what it's streaming on. I wonder if they have streaming in the post-apocalyptic. I hope they're not savages. They may only have cable. Unfortunately, we start a massacre with them before we could ask what network or TV or whatever the hell that thing was on. Shame. I'll never know now, and I will never be complete. Also, speaking of massacre, I probably would enjoy this section more if the shotgun didn't have so much kickback and make the camera wobble so much. What is with that? I like a little wobble, but this is ridiculous. So we make it to the bandit garage, and there's a bandit with a turreted buggy. Why don't we steal this buggy instead of fixing up that piece of shit? Just saying. But getting back on topic, I would have liked to continue a review, but I can't because of one problem. This is where I stopped playing the game because after nearly about an hour and a half of this, I was bored because all I've been doing is going to one other place and just sorting out people's problems, doing fetch quest shit, and I was bored. You might be disappointed in that, but to that I say, have you played this? Every place looks the exact goddamn same. So yeah, never playing this, you will not miss anything. Anyway, to make you feel better, here's a picture of I don't know, a monkey scratching his balls or whatever. Or just a monkey in general.